welcome back to our channel, Florida to Alaska. Thank you to everyone who watched our first video. It took us a few days to get the second video recorded and posted because we stopped in Minnesota for a few days to visit our friends Russ and Caitlin, which we'll talk more about in this video. We also had a little bit of an issue with one of the trailer tires, which we'll also get into. And yeah, I guess that's the four big things that we really want to talk about in this video are all of the states that we've gone through so far. I mean, we're already in Minnesota, so we've definitely been through a lot of states.
Yep.
And then what we did in Minnesota, and just seeing our friends there. What happened with the trailer tire and kind of how we handled that, and then the prep work that we had to do to make sure that we're ready if we have another issue. And then all of the prep work that we did to cross the border in Canada, which we will be doing tomorrow. So those are the big four things that we're going to cover in this video.
Alright, so yeah, just getting started on the first topic. I guess we'll go state by state. Florida, you know, that was not that much. We've lived there our whole lives, so to us there wasn't really anything big going through Florida and Georgia. North part of Georgia, you start getting into the Smoky Mountains, and then I think it's the Blue Ridge and then the Smokies. I don't know, but all that was really cool. Yeah, basically, I think we concurred that Kentucky and Tennessee are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. A lot of the highway is like basically through the side of a mountain, so just the scenery on the side is really gorgeous when you're driving through.
Yeah. The roads in, what was it, Kentucky got a little bit...
Not good.
Yeah, the roads were not that great in Kentucky. Tennessee, the roads were really good. Same in Georgia and Florida. Florida obviously has the best roads.
Yeah.
They don't have to deal with any of the snow or anything, so...
That helps.
But yeah, Tennessee and Kentucky were beautiful. We definitely want to go back to those.
Yeah.
For sure. Then we hit... Indiana. That was pretty boring.
It had windmills.
Those were really cool.
It was very cool.
But driving through the entire state, the only cool thing was the windmills. So that got a little boring. And it stayed boring when we got to Illinois, which...
arguably more boring.
Very boring. There was actually nothing in Illinois besides Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, literally nothing. Except for crappy roads.
Yeah, the roads in Illinois
were so bad, I was actively getting frustrated about it.
Yeah.
And because I knew that, you know, the tires that we had were kind of old. Getting to that, so then we got to Wisconsin, and just as we got into Wisconsin, one of the trailer tires blew off. But it wasn't just flat. And we'll try and put some pictures.
I've got some pictures that I took.
But the tread around the tire ripped off the tire. I've never seen it happen that way. But I guess when the tread came off, it must have grabbed the wheel well, and it just ripped the entire wheel well off. Don't even know where it went. Feel bad about it, but couldn't find it. So we pulled off to the side of the road. Luckily, we had that spare, which we talked about in the first video. So have a spare that saved our life. Because we do have AAA. We looked, you know, to see if they could come and help us. It was like a 2.5 hour wait.
Yeah, it was gonna be like at least 2 hours.
So I just got the tools out and changed the tire, which in doing so we found out that the jack that we had was terrible. It was a terrible jack. I was able to finagle it by... This sounds super sketchy, so don't do this, but I pulled the trailer over gravel, dug a hole in the gravel below the trailer, finagled the jack down into the gravel and lifted it up, and I was able to get enough clearance to get the tires on and off. But I totally do not suggest doing it that way. I suggest getting a really good jack, which
we have now done.
We have done. But basically, so after we changed the tire, we did not feel good about it because we realized the tires that we had on the trailer currently were old.
Yeah.
They were probably the original tires from the trailer. And they weren't like worn, but you could tell that they were weathered. So when we stopped to see our friends in Minnesota, which we'll talk more about later, that was the fun stuff. But while we were there, we were also in the background handling all this. So a few things that we did. The spare got us to their house, so luckily we were only 3.5 hours away when the trailer tire popped. I think it was about that, 3.5 hours away.
Might have been 4, but
might have been 4.
It wasn't too much further.
Yeah, but we were able to get the trailer to his house, and since we had the time already planned in because we were staying with them, we went ahead and ordered a new wheel well to their house. They came in. We also went and we just changed out all the tires.
Yeah.
We got 3 new tires and had them put on by a local tire shop. That was kind of annoying. I had to take all the tires off the trailer and bring them to the place because.
And then we kept the old 2.
Yeah, we kept the 2 that were still intact.
As like backups.
Yeah, as backups. Just because this has been such an experience with the tires that we wanted to keep those just in case going to Canada.
Yeah, the rest of our trip is pretty much driving every single day, so
yeah,
we won't have the time to stop and handle it like we luckily were able to in Minnesota, so we just wanted to keep a few extra spares just since we've already had an issue, and now we have some peace of mind that if we need to change it, we've got the backups.
So at his house, I was able to get those 3 new tires put on. We have the 2 old tires. I installed the wheel well that we ordered, which is a little bit smaller than the original ones. So I'll show you in a later video what the trailer looks like currently, but one side definitely looks finagled.
It looks pretty good considering the circumstances.
Yeah, and I had to go out and buy a new light for a clearance light, which we couldn't find the proper one. There was supposed to be one. It's supposed to have orange in the front, red in the back. I could not find one, so we just got a red one. I was able to jimmy rig the wiring for a solution to get us to Alaska. Obviously, I'll install proper stuff when I have the means to order the proper stuff. But
yeah, when we're not 50% between 2 homes.
Yeah, we went to a store in the north called Fleet Farm. Totally recommend that store.
Great.
We don't have it down south, or if we do, I don't know about it. It's basically a Walmart, Target,
and
Lowe's, Tractor Supply, Home Depot, like all in one store. Super awesome. We were able to get all the stuff we needed at that store.
Yeah.
Besides the tires, which we just went to a local tire shop for that. So that was pretty cool. Did not enjoy that whole tire experience, but it should be good. And now we've got a bunch of good tires. If we do have to change it out again, it shouldn't be a big deal. And we got the new jack, which
just huge.
Makes all the difference. That jack was very bad. So now we've got like a 3-ton jack. So
that was kind of the whole trailer tire fiasco.
Yeah, learned a lot. Hopefully our pain helps you guys out too. But yeah, in general though, Minnesota was probably the best state besides Florida that we had been through thus far. It was a really great change of pace compared to Illinois, because it was just so much more beautiful. We'll attach some videos, but it's not at all what I thought Minnesota would look like.
Yeah, the area that we came in at was really hilly, but also had a lot of lakes. So it was just really gorgeous driving into the state. It was almost an immediate change from Wisconsin, so it was really, really nice.
Yeah, and the roads in Minnesota were tremendously better. Honestly, I had no complaints about Minnesota. You know, my parents moved there for a year, and I don't see why they moved back, but it was really beautiful there. There was a lot to do, you know, and
we definitely enjoyed it.
Definitely enjoyed it. Ross and Caitlin definitely did a really good job of, you know, helping us see as much of the state as we possibly could.
Yeah, because we also spent a little bit of time at Mall of America.
Yes.
Which was awesome. We really did 2 days of it for several hours on both days and still probably only scratched the surface. We maybe got through like a third of the whole mall because there's just so many stores. There's basically an amusement park all in the middle. So
yeah, we did get to ride one of the roller coasters in there. We did fit that in. That was really cool. But yeah, did almost probably a total of like 8 hours in that mall and just scratched the surface of it. It was huge.
Yeah.
Definitely something you want to see sometime in your life if you can and get out there. You know, going there is free. You know, but it was a really great experience, and we're really grateful that Ross and Caitlin showed us that for sure. But yeah, getting into some more fun stuff. While we were in Minnesota visiting our friends, Ross and Caitlin, we were able to go. So one cool thing that we did was we did some water sports.
Yeah. Ross's dad has a boat that he very generously allowed us to go out on, and we spent the better part of Friday. We were out there for probably almost 8 hours, just kind of hanging out, and then, like Brandon said, doing water sports. We did water surfing, water boarding, water skiing. I say we, but I tried. Brandon actually did a really good job. We have some videos that we'll share as well.
There, yeah. It was cool. I had never been able to get up on a water sport board, whether it was skis or whatever, before, so that was pretty cool. They were good teachers. Shout out to them. Ross and his brother Noah were great. Yeah, so that was really fun. We also went out to some local breweries with them. That was really cool. Do you remember the name of the one?
It was Lakeville Brewing Company.
Lakeville Brewing Company.
Is where we went for
they were
dinner.
awesome. Their tacos. They're like the Kenzie tacos. Amazing.
The flavor combo.
Yeah,
so
Ross.
Good.
Yeah, so we were able to do a bunch of that stuff with them.
They also have a dog named Kevin, who is just a sweet boy, and him and Akira got along really well. They played a bunch.
That was actually the dog that Akira grew up with.
Yeah. So when we actually all lived together in Alabama for about a year, a little less. And they had Kevin when we first started living together, and then we had gotten Akira in August of 2020. So she was a puppy, and Kevin he's a big boy. But they grew up together. I mean, they were basically brother and sister for probably 5 or 6 months. So they definitely recognized each other. They had a blast playing. They did a really good job of playing a ton, but also taking breaks, which was nice for us.
Yeah.
But they definitely had fun. They were very cute. We probably have some videos or pictures that we'll put as well. And yeah, that was definitely fun for us and fun for Akira because it also got a lot of her energy.
She's really mad now, though. She's pouting hard today.
She's back there upset.
Because we had to leave them. But yeah, we had a wonderful time with our friends.
It was good to be at their house too, so close to us crossing the border, because and this is kind of a transition into prepping to cross the border, but we were able to get our COVID test while we were in Minneapolis, and we were able to just kind of go through everything, make sure all our bags are prepped, make sure we know what we're going to need to declare and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a good kind of launching off point before we try to cross the border tomorrow.
Yeah, so some of the things that we had to do to get ready for the border was, like we said, get a COVID test. So I didn't really know how that was going to work, but it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
We just signed up for it with CVS online, And then we showed up. They like had us swab our own noses
They give
in
you a
the
little,
car.
like rundown of how to do it, and you just swab your own nose, put it in a little tube, and then they've got a collection box after you ziplock everything up. And then we got our results back in almost a day.
Yeah.
It was like probably less than 24 hours.
Yeah, we had done it so far in advance for crossing the border because we had heard, stories that it takes a little long to get the lab test. You have to get the lab test to be able to cross the border.
Yeah.
But they said that it takes a while to get the results back for that. So we tried to plan in advance, but we got our results within
really quick,
24 hours.
Yeah.
Honestly, and luckily we're both negative, so that's good. Don't have to worry about that at the border, so that's a positive.
Yeah, it was really pretty seamless. And then we just made sure that we, like I said, have all our bags ready to go. We bought some whiskey in Kentucky, so we'll need to declare that at the border.
Yeah. That was a good thing. Just real note, we were able to do some of the distillery tours going through Kentucky because Bourbon Trail is there. We stopped at Maker's Mark. That was awesome. We did the tour there. Really cool. We were able to dip our own Maker's Mark bottle into the wax, which was an awesome experience.
It's a really beautiful distillery that Maker's Mark has. I think we've got some pictures, but it was just like really nice grounds, and the tour was awesome.
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot of fun.
We also went to Buffalo Trace. So the way the Buffalo Trace distillery works is they're more rare versions of whiskeys. They rotate them in their shops. So they had Eagle Rare out when we went. So we got some bottles of that, but no Blanton's.
And then we also went to Angel's Envy.
We went to Angel's Envy.
On our way.
That's a family favorite. Both my dad and her dad love that whiskey a lot. So definitely try Angel's Envy if you haven't before. And then we're also able to do it's Kentucky. A lot of people are into bourbon there. And our friends there, Grace and Andre, introduced us to Steve. He did a little whiskey tasting for us there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So, side note closed. Just wanted to bring that up because I don't think we talked about it yet.
I don't think so either.
But yeah, so we have some bottled whiskey that we're going to have to declare at the border. It seems to us that we can take as much as we want over, but we're going to be taxed for...
Yeah, I think it's 40 ounces that you can take. I think it's per person before you're taxed for it, and then any amount after that is just there's a tax for it. I don't know how much it'll be. We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely let you know on the other side of the border. Another thing I know that we have to declare is our ammo. We don't have any of our weapons.
Yeah, we went ahead and just shipped our firearms, so we didn't have to try and get those through Canada. But you can get ammo through. You just have to declare it.
We'll definitely let you know how it goes. But
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see how smooth that goes. So yeah, it was just kind of making sure we knew where all that stuff was, knowing how much of it we have, double checking like the Canadian border website to make sure that any of the other stuff that we may need to declare we either don't have or make sure we declare, and then just packing up and getting all our ducks in a row for crossing tomorrow.
Yep.
Hopefully that goes smoothly. We'll let you guys know.
Yep, for sure. We're currently still in Minnesota, coming up on North Dakota. So yeah, that's where we're at now, and I think that's everything we wanted to talk about in this video. But definitely continue to ask questions, either online or offline. We would love to answer them as best we can.
Yeah.
And I hope that everything that we're learning along the way, i.e. tire issues, kind of help you guys out as well with whatever adventures you guys have going on.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully you guys are enjoying, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.